standard composition from both teams. Really the only kind of standout champions that you don't normally see in the LPL is the likes of the Thresh, but obviously if that champion pool gets pinched like it. Also a boot start from Jin, I believe, as we take a look at the masteries. Nothing standing out too much there. Fervor for Ezreal so we can get superior trades.
Godby eats another stun. He's got exhaust. That's Ghost from Scout. Chucks some more damage out. Godby is solo, flashes, but Intruder's there to save him, and that's first blood LGD.
So Intruder is out.
Here comes FireLolly. He's eking around the edge right now. Chucks out the phosphorus bomb, but decides to dive on the Scout. Gets the kill, and is going to try to walk away from this Kha'Zix. Not going to be too successful. It's traded back 1-for-1.
But ultimately, he also did force the flash there. And while somewhere to be
he
now.
He can't right now. Imp is only just getting back to that lane with Zed.
He's also will get caught.
Oh, there's an equalizer. Meanwhile, Intruder flash engages onto Scout and demolishes him. That's 2 quick ultimates and a flash to net a kill. Dark Passage is going to help get him close. Exhaust onto Mako. He already used his flash. They're going to try to burst it down, and he goes down to the red buff from Intruder.
And you also saw the fact that Godby was also making the rotation to get involved, but they don't.
Walks away.
But the nice thing is it's not just the fact that they're getting damage laid down in the mid lane, but it's happening at the same time of all of their sideways.
Funny is collapsed upon by EDG. They don't try to fight it mid, they try to fight the solo, the weak appendage, and Funny dies for almost nothing.
But EDG can't gain anything off of that.
Helps clear out a whole heap and help in a vision. But Scout is right there as FireLolly sneaks forward. Intruder is caught and has been assassinated. They're trying to open up and answer back with a few kills, but it's going to take a lot more damage. I was wrong. Godby does so much. Mako is running for his life as FireLolly is dead, and Scout some damage at 27 minutes into the game. But Equalizer right on top of them. Scout is separated, and the hook pulls him in. Scout is dead as Funny flashes the wall. His early Zhonya's buys enough time, and LGD turn EDG's play on its head. They continue to chase now, turning onto Mouse. He will sacrifice himself so that he can bring down PYL, but that is not worth support for 2. They continue to harass. Whoa, FireLolly narrowly makes it over the wall as Zed. All about macro. It's all about finding those picks, and the hook finds FireLolly. Flash over the wall. Intruder doesn't even wait for the Dark Passage.
And it's just a vision game, like you said. The fact that LGD rinse, wash, and repeat every single time. Deny the vision, wait for a pick to walk in, and they finally get one that they feel confident enough to take the Baron on.
Shot barrage is not enough. Hook is going to find Scout. PYL follows up. He is pinned against the wall next to that equalizer, the 4th bullet. Oh, what a shot is going to hit! Zet will face the chase from the graveyard as Mako tries to retreat, but Godby fires yet another bullet. He's got a rocket ready, and Mako makes it away in time.
You know, I made the joke that if you covered Zet's nameplate in lane, that you would think that it was Deck. If you cover Funny's nameplate right now, you would think that is Acorn. This looks exactly like 2015 LGD when they were on the rise. Great side wave management, incredible vision control, and expert team fighting.
That's 2 inhibitors down as FireLolly tries to force the fight with Mouse, but Exhaust is going to knock down that tree as Mako sidesteps for his life and survives. 2 inhibitors are dead. And despite this, LGD with the Baron buff, they're still staying for a little bit longer. Finally, they decide to back away.
They've learned their lesson. The Syndra to clear out the waves. They don't have that potential.
Yeah, this is it. Flash engage from Mouse. He's going to try to force this. Stun finds him, but he is almost certainly dead. Yes, he does, in fact, go down to Mouse as Scout survives the burst from Intruder and flashes away with his life. True Shot Barrage to try to get some commensurate damage off of the back of Mouse's death, but it is 4 versus 4, and Baron's still up for another 20 seconds.
I mean, Scout found 1 target, Imp, but it wasn't enough because Godby is still massive on Corki.
Oh, they're forcing the engage onto Zed. Early Zhonya's from Funny, but FireLolly's right there. He flashes back, and Intruder still does work to these turrets. So too does Godby. The triple marksmen are working down these turrets. Nexus number 1 falls. FireLolly and Mako trying to keep the minions away from the turret to buy them time, but they just don't have enough. Hook onto Zed, pulls him in, and he is dead. That's Godby chasing back, getting something, whatever he can, as FireLolly actually trades it back over. But Intruder is on the Nexus. Scout is going to try to burst him down, but Intruder kites it out, and LGD, in commanding fashion, take game number 1 against EDG.
And that is Team 1 from Group B. A lot of that burst with his own ultimate. Likewise, now paired with the double TP, we saw such a clean, macro-oriented game from LGD. It's only going to get that much worse. He can get that belly bop, gives him 3 seconds back on the cooldown, so it gives him safety as well as more trade potential in the lane.
And you can see fervor against Grasp of the Undying in that top lane as Intruder invades immediately.
But it's not going to be punished, not in jungle, but perhaps mid.
Yeah, Godby trying to juke around as best he can, eats a lot of burst, doesn't have the ultimate just yet, flashes around, gets the shield, lands the slow before ducking away, misses his follow-up slow. There's no way he gets out of this. Auto attack is enough. Scout with flash gets the kill.
But almost super flashy right here. Funny is definitely in dive potential right now. The wave is about to crash, but it is jungle top laner versus jungle top.
Yeah, it's level 4. Intruder's just a few seconds late. He gets some quick damage. They start to try to burst him down, and despite getting the knock-up flash, Mouse is able to walk away, and once again, around him, he's just fine, and FireLolly is continuing to camp top. Somebody get this guy a tent, because Funny is in trouble. He is going to go down. Another kill for FireLolly.
And this KazaLoLL's in a much better position than he was game.
Corral him back to the start. He flashes. That's exhaust. Scout is there, but still doesn't have it. Still is able to land the scat of the week as they turn on to PYL. He tries to answer back with a kill of his own, but FireLolly walks away alive. 7.5 minutes in. 5 tilted himself. Oh, a good dodge on the initial damage, but Funny, whoa, bursts into him. Here comes Intruder. They're going to try to get this kill onto Mouse, and he gets back onto Intruder as Funny sidesteps, and they secure it.
And that's exactly how that Gragas,
and Scout's going to chase him back. Tries to call the bluff as the Dark Sphere goes down. Intruder's there, but so too is FireLolly. Intruder has so much regret right now. Tries to flash, but does not even waste it as he just goes down to Scout.
And the newer jungle, kind of the rookie of the team, just oversteps slightly. Deep teleport coming in from Funny.
Oh yeah, they're trying to collapse into the back of it. That's the curtain call, but Arrow denies it. Flash to try to kite it out. Funny gets into the back, knocks FireLolly back. They're going to try to burn through Zed, but Funny goes down well beforehand, and they turn now onto PYL. He dies. Godby flanking from behind. It's 5 versus 3, and they're trying to get this trade back. Imp is in the front, taking so much damage from Zed here as he chucks out the Chrono Break, gets back onto FireLolly, sidesteps to kite it out, but Zed chases under the turret for the kill and gets it.
2 key ultimates just completely misused from LGD as Godby looking for round 2.
He's 1 versus 5. Godby, that's a little overzealous. Excuse me, that's really overzealous. LGD to sit back and defend, shoving down mid lane, catching LGD out of rotation, and taking down the mid-tier 2. Scout 5-0-2 with FireLolly. Oh, Godby eats the arrow and does not get. Hops over the wall and immediately doesn't want anything to do with this, and oh, there's the cast. He's able to save Imp. However, that's PYL who dies. Intruder falls in addition, and this is a slaughter.
Hold on though, fish in a barrel. Can Imp do enough damage to dissuade them? The answer is no.
Yeah, apparently not. Mouse makes his way over the wall without even that Mountain Drake at 21 minutes into the game. Intruder is dead. Funny has got his ultimate.
There's a deep teleport coming from Godby. They're looking to try to fight this.
Yeah, they certainly are. Imp at half health over the wall. Funny gets great damage. Scout tries to back it up as Godby gets in. The Baron is picked up by EDG, but this is now Mouse trying to chase back onto Godby. He gets the shield, but it is not enough. That was 1 kill for 1. And for this next match, immediately the inhib goes down. Sonic Wave finds FireLolly, but what of it? EDG continue to press forward. The double cannons whittling down that inhib.
All eyes need to be on Funny here if they're going to let this one go without a fight, or if they choose to pull the trigger, it will be on that cast. But because of Funny's placement, they just give it up.
Yeah, the middle inhibitor goes down to Mouse as well. EDG quickly swing themselves over to clean that up. As yet another inhib goes down, and EDG down these kills. Poor Funny. He's going to try. Goodness help him. But it's not going to get him very far. Another kill to Scout. 7-0-4.
And frankly,
health. All health on that next inhibitor turret, the final one of the game, and LGD are left scrambling.
And then it goes back to this idea, you know, coming into game 3 of this series, LGD can very easily go backstage and be like, okay, what went wrong? Well, Intruder tried to contest Red Buff, and we've lost all control from there. Question for me, do they keep Intruder? Do they go back to IMay? Or do they just play a super conservative game? Can they actually reel in this guy's aggression?
We'll certainly find out on next week's episode of the LPL. No,
we're literally going to find out in 15 seconds.
Exactly. EDG continue to press forward. Scout gets knocked back and actually goes down as LGD try to force the fight. Intruder is dead as the curtain call fires a few shots against Zed, but Imp has got a lot of regret for doing that as he gets destroyed by Mouse and FireLolly. They turn onto the Nexus, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. EDG demolish game number 2, and LGD have got to be left reeling.
Again, 2 very snowballed games, 2 very clean.
If ever there was one.
And the nice thing about Zed into this matchup is that there's only kind of superficial tankiness for him to deal with. He has kill priority and kill threat on a lot of peaking tempo advantage for KazaLoLL here if he gets the Raptor start. And what he does with those few extra seconds and that send.
Certainly could be painful.
That's gonna hurt.
Sonic Wave is gonna find KazaLoLL. That's the slow and auto attack to follow it up. He chases, and that's Intruder over the wall. Flash auto, first blood, solo kill for Intruder. Meanwhile, in bottom, Mako overextends. He flashes, eats a big shot. The headshot from him follows up with another kill, and EDG trying to stall this wave out even more. Ignite being used. Scout looking for it. That's Exhaust as another auto attack gets chucked out. Flash! And Godby! Solo kill Scout. Seen this coming, but actually walks forward. Gets level 6 now. The ball returns to him as Scout chases. That's Flash Snare. Godby holds on to the shockwave and dies. It's Mouse who actually gets the kill.
Yeah, had no great wave clear, so he can't sit there and stand across. He has to make the play, the kill.
Yeah, they certainly are. That's the death mark. Funny will die. Scout gets the kill, but he eats a turret shot. But not a second. Walks away with his life.
And LGD don't look for the tower. They also look to match the kills. They race top.
They've almost got the shadow ready.
Oh, no.
Intruder tries to read the flash, but reads nothing but thin air as Scout slowly but surely walks to safety. But Shockwave misses and the arrow goes wide. Intruder tries to sidestep around this, flashes to get away from Mouse, but pulls him further back into his team. And with the detonation, that's Mouse picking up that kill, but Funny tries to get a bit of revenge with a flamethrower of his own. Meanwhile, they turn it back into another fight. That's a tidal wave to knock it up. Mouse healing up quite a bit, and Funny, separated from his team, is eating a lot of damage, pathing around the minions. Zet is joining the fight too now. Flashes after PYL, and EDG. Funny finishes off that zone use. He's going to be a lot tougher to kill as Zet takes some more harass in the mid lane. Scout around the side with KazaLoLL. Whoa, that's an assassination if I've ever seen one. Intruder tries to get back. Tidal wave is going to catch him on the way out, though. No, he's able to get away. That is going to be enough.
He's gonna pop him.
The death mark, and the auto attack is enough. Scout gets away. That's 3 quick kills for EDG.
And again, it's if Karma is next to Caitlyn to help her absorb that, but pops Karma across from the likes of Rumble, across from the likes of Orianna. He thinks he does.
Yeah, well, with the Edge of Night, he's certainly going to do a lot. Yeah, he's got that easy peasy. A free solo kill here. I hesitate to use the word free, but definitely a solo kill at the least.
I think that's 100% free. Traded nothing back for it, lost about half his health, now has the wave behind him, is continuing to draw more resources from LGD to deal with.
Playing against EDG, their greatest rivals, if any, as Funny might actually get solo killed here by Mouse. Almost certainly will, in fact. Oh, kicked him away. And Flash, oh, Mouse still gets the quick detonation, however. And continues to trade it back. Infernal Drake is going to be the answer. LGD try to force this kill.
KazaLoLL?
Yeah, blue buff picked up. Oh, there he goes.
There's
Races
Naruto.
in. That's the Edge of Night. Godby. Oh, that's so much damage. Oh, boy. The Morella's completion not going to be great for Godby as they continue to chase this forward. And LGD pinned against the wall by EDG. I've got nowhere to go but to the sepia toned beyond. As PYL gets chased down by Mouse, who takes the scenic route. Flash from Intruder to escape from KazaLoLL. As Mouse is still tanking this turret. Doesn't seem to mind too much. As another bubble catches Amy. Oh, Mako actually takes a hit on top of the equalizer. He doesn't juggle the aggro correctly, and that's a double kill to Amy. Triple kill to Funny, excuse me. I keep saying Amy, but that's not him. Finally, the ace.
That could have been so much. Turn towards the Baron to crack the rest of this base. You're still attempting to siege into the Hurricane Caitlyn.
Oh boy. That's
As
the
I
death
say
mark
that.
as well, and Scout demolishes PYL. Mouse continues to chase forward onto Imp, who gets deleted as well.
Okay. In a perfect world, you don't face check. You sit at your towers. You make sure you have your blue trinkets, and you safely approach things. And then you force EDG to try to take a 50-50 Baron because you know they needed to break the siege. But if you're LGD, you walk into instant
You
death.
blindly face check. I actually made that joke earlier.
Hold on, Intruder though, he's still alive.
He actually lands the Sonic Wave, and EDG pull off as 5. Very unified. They chase forward. Godby is going to eat the brunt of the damage as Funny finally gets his Zhonya's. Godby goes down. Funny trades back with a kill of his own, but as Intruder hops the wall to try to stall this out. And Zet hops right over with him and chases up an amazing Lee Sin imitation.
But it does mean that they've stalled the Baron. They actually, they're giving a lot of respect to PYL and Imp here because Mouse is actually full health. So they did have someone to tank for them.
And just gotta respect that AoE Baron damage. Takes one Baron. Scout looking to zone along with Mouse. He's gonna face check right into Godby to keep him occupied as Tidal Wave looks to stagger it out. An EDG collapse. Shockwave finds only Mako. Godby cannot do what Faker did. As Godby now continues to flash it back, Zet walks it forward, eats a bit of damage from the equalizer as EDG chase from target to target. The assassination combo of Scout and Mouse. Intruder follows over the wall before going down as well. And that is now 4 members of LGD dead. Funny is going to die in addition. All gets the auto attack Zanya's before dying to Mako.
And this is the difference between LGD and other teams. They try to go for the 5v5. They try to stop the Baron. Other teams would take the step back. They'd say, we have the Caitlyn, we have the Orianna. Give the Baron away.
So let's bring it back and find out what exactly happened. Of course, in the series, we saw some great play out of LGD in game 1, some less great play in game number 2, and then in game number 3, EDG just, they demonstrated to us why they are the best team in their group.
Consistency. And it also kind of goes back to that.
But as 5, EDG seem to be set to try to break it down. The arrow catches Godby as Mouse engages onto Imp. He is assassinated and actually hops back onto Mouse before going down. The bubble goes wide as Intruder lands a Sonic Wave, and Funny in the front is not going to do anything to stop Scout, who's actually pulled into the back. The Shockwave from Godby, somehow he's still alive. He and Intruder do enough to drop Scout, but it is 4 versus 3 right now. Zet is doing a lot of damage, and with Mouse tanking in the front, that means that there's not that much left up on that Nexus turret.
And Godby finally finds the Shockwave that his...
The vision of EDG, and instead they're going to sit back and let this Elder go.
But this is what LGD should have done kind of the first Baron around and not face check.
Quite a bit of damage despite LGD having come out specifically for the purpose of preventing it. They don't actually get close enough or far enough forward to get a chance to contest.
That Baron is knocking on the front door and it's about to kick in mid.
EDG knocked down the middle inhibitor turret before taking the inhib right behind it. The arrow goes wide, doesn't quite hit anyone as Imp is now going to try to play tower defense, sitting in between those Nexus turrets as he clears out minions. Intruder getting a bit too far forward. They turn on the Imp as Scout gets in. That's an exhaust as well, and Imp will survive miraculously. But the inhib goes down. Ace in the hole is fired. That's a quick redemption heal as Godby's getting it out as best he can, looking for that Shockwave. Actually already used it. No one died. Baron buffing them and just continuing to harass from the side. LGD are going to try to set up a bastion around it, but the fight has been forced once again. Imp does not stand a chance. The second round, he gets assassinated. Godby flashes out the back, but Scout pursues and gets another. Continues to chase forward now as that's going to finally be enough, turning into the ace. And EDG this time take the fight, and with that ace, they will almost certainly take the game.
And the arrow didn't even connect on a target. Scout is just that big and that too high priority a champion. We said, you know, would they take a step back? Would they play conservatively? Scout throws down the gauntlet, looks to the pocket pick in Zed, and says, Faker pawn, I raise you this.
Yeah, answers right back with it.